Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at why dead whales are so dangerous. Whales are obviously one of the biggest animals of all time. Now, unlike sharks, whales don't often go for humans and try and eat them. However, when whales are no longer alive, they become even more dangerous than an alive shark. But why on earth would this be? Today we're going to find out, but first, subscribe and press the notification bell too. This week on the coast of England, over 7 whales have washed up. These whales are usually absolutely massive and often wash up on beaches where people often go for the day. This is a phenomena called beaching. Beaching is where sea animals go up onto the land instead of being in the ocean. Then of course, because they need water to breathe, they die. Now this does not just happen with whales. In fact, every year on the UK alone, around 2,000 animals beach themselves. However, whales do this more than any other animal, and believe it or not, it's actually a scientific mystery as to why this is. Around 2,000 water animals beach themselves every year in the UK alone, but around 1,000 of those are whales. The most common type of whale to do this is a sperm whale. There are various reasons to try and explain this bizarre phenomena. One of them is the weather. Some say that if there's bad weather, whales may get disorientated and go towards the shore. Another reason is that whales hunt too close to the shore. They hunt for their prey too close to the shore and then are pulled in by the waves. Then, because of the weakness of some whales, this could mean they can't get back into the ocean. And a 2004 study by the University of Tasmania came up with another potential reason. That is that whales sometimes encounter navigation errors. That is, where they think they're going one way, but actually they're going the wrong way towards the shore. They begin to follow their prey closer to land, and then they're unable to navigate away from the shore. All of these things are what would be known as natural strandings. But there's another kind of stranding, which is called a follow me stranding. The reason why so many whales beach themselves is mainly because of follow me strandings. You see, whales actually travel in pods. This means many whales often travel together to try and get the most prey possible. That's because whales' survival is all about eating. However, whales can communicate very well and from far distances. For example, if one whale expresses distress, then the rest of the pod may try and locate them. But that means if one whale is beached, then their entire group or pod will also become beached. This is called a follow me stranding, as they're following the rest of their pod to the shore. This is why sometimes you see various beached whales on the same beach. Chances are they're part of the same pod. They heard one member of their pod in distress and all came to them. That's because they wanted to help them, but little did they know they were stranded and they cannot be helped. Because whales are so heavy, once they're on the shore, there's almost no way they're able to get back into the sea. Follow me strandings can also be caused by whales following dolphins or porpoises into waters that are too shallow. Dolphins and porpoises may be able to get out, but because whales are so big and heavy, they can't turn back around and they get stuck on the beaches. After whales get stranded, they can't breathe as they need water to breathe. This makes the whales die, which is when they get incredibly dangerous. But why exactly do whales become dangerous after they pass away? After all, for most animals, if they've passed away, this would mean they're totally safe. Well, the reason why dead whales are so dangerous is because when they're dead, they explode. Now, don't get confused, there's not a bunch of TNT sitting in every whale. First off, let's look at what happens when a whale dies normally in the wild. Normally when a whale dies, it would sink to the ocean floor. It would then be picked apart by sharks, fish, and tiny bone-eating worms. It could actually take around 30 years for this to decompose and be eaten by sea life. But when a whale is beached, it has a totally different death. Instead, gas builds up inside the whale's stomach. That's because its contents begin to decompose. However, this gas cannot be released due to the whale's very thick skin. Whales not only have thick skin, but they also have tough blubber. This means all of the gases from their decomposing contents of their stomach cannot be released. The whale's body weight then causes all of their orifices to close up. This means any holes in their body begin to close, making the problem even more severe. This will cause a whale to swell up. But after this happens, how exactly do they explode? Well, believe it or not, exploding whales are not natural. Instead, they're man-made. Oftentimes, beached whales provoke a lot of interest. People on the beach may go up to them, try and move them, or poke them. But if just any old person does this, the whale will explode and that person could also pass on. Just imagine tons of whale guts flying at you at 100 miles an hour. Chances are you're not going to survive. And believe it or not, people do pass away every year from whales exploding. That's why governments will actually hire a professional degasser. These people will make the whales explode in a controlled fashion. These people wear full biohazard suits. They know exactly what they're doing and they have to have training for years, as the job is so dangerous. Now, this actually does happen with other animals. But seeing as whales have such thick blubber, it makes it even more dangerous with whales. And seeing as whales are the largest animal in the world, then this makes it even more noticeable and dangerous. One marine biologist named Andrew Thaler has said a decomposing whale is the worst smell in the world. We all know that rotting fish doesn't smell good. Well, a decomposing whale is like that, but times 1,000. The most recent person to pass away from a whale exploding happened in 2013. The guy was named George, and this happened in Oregon, USA. So if you ever see a beached whale, do not go anywhere near it. And definitely do not poke it, move it, or touch it. Just the slightest tear could cause it to explode, and then you will no longer be alive. Instead, you should actually call up your local government. They will send round a professional degasser to deal with the situation. But make sure you're nowhere near it when it happens. The explosions can be so bad it can send whale guts flying up to a mile in the air. These guts can then fall all over the place, sometimes destroying cars. And even if it doesn't hit you, it still produces the worst smell known to man. So guys, that's why dead whales are much more dangerous than when they're alive. Vote in the poll in the top right corner whether you would ever want to be a professional whale degasser. Personally, I wouldn't. Even though the paycheck's pretty good, it's very dangerous and smells bad. If you guys want some more amazing videos, then check out my second channel. There'll be a link to that on screen in a moment. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.